Guglielmo Vicario has been unbelievable for Tottenham Hotspur.
At the moment, and Vicario readjusted.
Week after week, the Italian goalkeeper is quietly putting together some of the most shocking, ridiculous, physics-defying performances in the Premier League, and he might just be one of the most overlooked elite goalkeepers in world football right now, because every time an attacker breaks through, every time a striker winds up to shoot, every time the stadium holds its breath, Vicario does something insane: a fingertip save, a flying block, a reflex stop that should not be humanly possible. He's become one of the defensive backbones of Tottenham's new era under Thomas Frank, but long before he became the Premier League's most underrated monster between the posts, Guglielmo Vicario's journey was nothing like you'd expect. Guglielmo Vicario was never the golden boy of Italian football. Born in Udine, he bounced between small local youth clubs, Donatello, Cormor Amatori, and Ancona Udine, the kinds of places where dreams are big, but resources are small. There were no elite facilities, no superstar coaches, no early hype surrounding his name. In 2013, he finally earned a move to Udinese's Primavera squad, his first real step into a professional environment. But even there, he wasn't the chosen one. Already had two highly rated prospects, Alex Meret and Simone Scuffi, both future Italian internationals. Vicario? He was the third choice, the afterthought. The keeper coaches didn't build plans around him. They barely had space for him in training. But if there's one thing Vicario learned early, it was patience. He watched, he studied, he improved quietly without headlines or attention. And then Vicario took a risk that would shape the rest of his career. In 2015, he moved to Venezia in Serie D, Italy's fourth tier, on loan from Udinese. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't prestigious, but it was an opportunity, and Vicario grabbed it with both hands. He quickly became a reliable starter, helping Venezia earn promotion, and by July 2016, the club made his move permanent, a small but important sign that someone finally believed in him. But even in Lega Pro, things weren't easy. He spent most of the following season as backup to David Fekir, biding his time, learning the league, and staying patient. When his moment finally came on the 5th of March 2017, he delivered a 4-1 win over Teramo in his professional debut. He would make only 2 more appearances that season, yet Venezia still climbed another division, 2 promotions in 2 years, and Vicario was still fighting just to get minutes. In 2018-19, everything changed. With Emile Audero gone, Vicario finally became Venezia's first-choice keeper in Serie B, and he flourished. Shot after shot, match after match, he proved he belonged at a higher level, even as the club narrowly avoided relegation. His performances earned him a 5-year move to Cagliari in 2019, and an immediate loan to Perugia, where he became a full-time starter again. When he returned, he finally made his Serie A debut in April 2021, away at Inter Milan. He had survived every level of Italian football, and now the top flight was about to show the world what he could really do. When Guglielmo Vicario joined Empoli in July 2021, it didn't make many headlines. A loan deal with an option to buy. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashy. To most people, he was still just a keeper with potential. But to Empoli, newly promoted and bracing for a brutal Serie A season, Vicario was a calculated gamble. They saw something others had missed. A goalkeeper forged in the chaos of Italy's lower leagues, battle-tested, unshakable, and ready for a bigger stage. The moment he arrived, things clicked. Empoli were a young team that played bold, attacking football, which meant one thing: their goalkeeper was going to be busy. And Vicario delivered performances that kept Empoli alive in matches they had no business staying in. Serie A attackers suddenly found themselves denied by a keeper they barely knew. By June 2022, the club didn't hesitate. They exercised their purchase option, permanently securing the man who had quietly become their most important player. Then came the match that changed everything. 4th February 2023 versus Roma. Empoli lost, but Vicario produced a triple save so outrageous, so instinctive, that even Roma fans applauded him. 3 shots in seconds, all turned away by a keeper who refused to be beaten. Clips of the sequence went viral. Analysts called it one of the saves of the season, and suddenly, the whole league took notice. His performances were so impressive that in September 2022, he earned his first Italy call-up for the UEFA Nations League. Empoli had uncovered a gem, but bigger clubs were watching, and one of them was ready to bring Vicario to the biggest stage of his career. By the summer of 2023, Guglielmo Vicario had gone from a quiet revelation at Empoli to one of the most sought-after goalkeepers in Italy. Big Serie A clubs were circling, but few expected the club that moved fastest. Spurs needed a new goalkeeper after Hugo Lloris's decline, but most fans assumed the club would chase a big, recognizable name. Instead, sporting director Fabio Paratici, before his exit, pushed for Vicario, convinced he was a long-term solution. For just £17 million, Spurs secured one of the smartest bargains of the window. The reaction? Confusion, skepticism, a lot of wait. Who? English pundits called him a risk. Some supporters weren't sure if an Empoli goalkeeper could handle the Premier League, but Ange Postecoglou didn't hesitate. From day one, he made Vicario his undisputed number one, the foundation for a high-line, high-pressing system that demanded a brave, athletic, and fearless shot stopper. And it didn't take long for everyone to realize Tottenham hadn't just signed a goalkeeper. They had signed a difference maker. On the 14th of August, 2023, he made his Premier League debut for Tottenham in an away clash with Brentford. It was a chaotic, high-tempo match, the kind that exposes goalkeepers new to England. But Vicario looked calm, sharp, and completely unfazed. His handling was clean, his reactions lightning quick, and his distribution fit perfectly into Ange Postecoglou's brave, possession-heavy system. Then came the moment Spurs fans truly woke up. Just 6 days later, Vicario kept his first Premier League clean sheet, a 2-0 win over Manchester United. Not only did he shut them out, he controlled the entire penalty area like he'd been in the league for years. Crosses, cutbacks, one-on-ones, everything that reached him got swallowed up. It was the performance that made people say, hold on, this guy might be special. And then came one of the most ridiculous streaks we've ever seen from a Premier League goalkeeper. From August to December 2023, Vicario was nominated for Save of the Month 5 consecutive times. That's not normal. That's not even rare. That's unheard of. Month after month, he delivered the kind of highlight reel stops that keep teams alive. Fingertip parries, reflex blocks, full stretch dives that seemed to bend physics. He wasn't just adjusting to the Premier League, he was dominating it. His shot-stopping numbers soared. Analysts praised his bravery in a high defensive line. Fans fell in love with his passion, his aggression, and his willingness to launch himself into danger to protect the goal. Even rival supporters began calling him one of the signings of the season. And then, on 29th of February 2024, the recognition became official. Vicario was named Goalkeeper of the Year at the London Football Awards, beating keepers with far bigger reputations and far larger price tags. In just a few months, he had gone from a quiet bargain to one of the Premier League's standout performers. But Vicario's ascent in England wasn't without turbulence. In fact, his greatest test came in a moment that could have derailed his entire Premier League journey. In November, in a high-stakes match against Manchester City, Vicario collided heavily with Savinho. The impact was brutal. Later scans confirmed he had broken a bone in his ankle, but even a broken ankle couldn't stop him. Vicario stayed on the pitch and kept a clean sheet in a 4-0 win over one of the world's most dangerous attacking teams. It was the kind of performance that reflects pure mentality, the refusal to quit, even while injured. But reality eventually caught up. He was ruled out for 3 months, leaving Spurs without their last line of security. During that stretch, Postecoglou's second season began to wobble. The high line became fragile, performances dipped, and Spurs struggled to maintain the control and confidence they showed the year before. Then came his return, and it was everything Spurs needed. On the 16th of February 2025, Vicario stepped back into goal against Manchester United and immediately delivered a 1-0 clean sheet, restoring calm, structure, and belief. His timing, reactions, and command looked untouched despite the long layoff, and his redemption arc reached its peak on 21st May 2025. In the Europa League final at San Mamés, Vicario produced several crucial saves, shutting out Manchester United once again and securing Tottenham's first major trophy in 17 years. In one night, he cemented his status as a club hero, the goalkeeper who stood tallest on Europe's biggest stage. But the most frightening part of Vicario's rise isn't the trophies or performances, it's what the numbers say about just how elite he truly is. Because once you dig into his stats, it becomes obvious. He isn't just good, he's operating at an elite, world-class level. In the 2025-26 Premier League season, Vicario has conceded just 9 goals in 11 matches, kept 4 clean sheets, a goal conceded every 110 minutes, and 0.82 goals conceded per 90 minutes. Those numbers alone put him among the league's best. And yes, part of that improvement comes from Thomas Frank bringing structure and balance to a team previously stretched by Postecoglou's chaotic high line. But structure doesn't make saves, goalkeepers do. And Vicario is doing them at a world-leading rate. Out of 44 shots on target faced, he's saved 34. That's a 77.27% save percentage, placing him in the 92nd percentile of keepers across Europe. But here's the scary part. Pressed by attackers, Vicario never panics. He'll wait that extra beat, open his body, and find the safe pass. That composure turns chaotic situations into controlled possession. Vicario doesn't force the Hollywood ball. He consistently picks the right options, and that reliability is more valuable than any flashy long-range pass, and these numbers prove exactly why his rise has been so frightening. The kind of numbers you expect from Europe's best goalkeepers, not someone who climbed from Serie D.